maybe he's right. Like, is it really that easy? Like, did I really just figure it out, or did I just get led to like what he wants me to believe, you know? So this person sends me the location and he's literally at Mo's house, and so Mo literally freaks out. What's up, guys? So I am back with another story time, and I literally open up every single story time by saying this, and I'm like, oh, this story is like so crazy, like it's probably the craziest one I've been. No, I'm not kidding. I will never say that again. This is 100% the craziest story I will ever put up on my YouTube channel. It beats my psycho stalker story time, and you probably don't believe me, but like it 100% does. Like, just wait, just fucking wait. I had to type out basically everything because there are so many details that, like, if I don't say this correctly, this story just gets so lost. So bear with me. It's literally 8 pages. And before I start, this is going to be a long story, so if you want to get a snack or something, I would definitely recommend doing that, because like this is shit is about to go down. I'm about to tell you guys some motherfucking tea. Also, we don't know what happened, so when I'm telling you this, like, once you get to the end, I need help. I don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. This is the story of the biggest catfish scheme conspiracy I think that is out there right now. It is active. It is out here right now, catfishing away, and we're confused. You may know who this is because it is a huge person on Instagram. Okay, so before I get into this video, I do have to make a disclaimer. So it's gonna make no sense right now, but just bear with me. I would never out somebody's sexuality ever. Like, if it's not mine to share, my journey in life is my journey in life and somebody else's is theirs. So I would never ever make this video unless I thought that this was a catfish. You know, this is making no sense right now. But like, yes, before you get like halfway through this video and you're like, why the fuck is Brooke making this video? This is so disrespectful. Bear with me. Bear with me. I promise you I'm not doing that. This is not what this is. I completely think this is a catfish. I like this whole theory that this person is like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna stop, but like, so I just wanted to put that in before. I know that makes no sense right now, but I would never ever do that. So, okay. Let's get into the story. So about 2 years ago, my friend Mo was running this meme account, and like it was a pretty big meme account, but like I can't say the name of it because he did face reveal, and like I've already spoken to him and he doesn't want like his real identity put into this, so I'm just not gonna say. But Mo ran a very big Instagram account. So Mo was like my best friend, and Mo, when he was running this meme account, would constantly like shout me out on the meme account, like put me on his Instagram story, just be like, go follow my friend Brooke, yada yada, whatever. And so this Instagram account with the @your, they followed me, and I was like, who is this? Because he had like a shit ton of followers, and he also was this like cute boy. He was verified, and I was like, who is this? And Mo was like, oh, it's my friend Robert. Like, he's just some Instagram famous boy for like being famous for being pretty, like some Tumblr ass boy. But yeah, so like I guess Mo was friends with him, and then like Robert or your decided to follow me because I was friends with Mo, and like, yeah. So this account followed me, this guy. This is also like 2 years ago. This is a long time ago. So I like followed back your or Robert, and I would like comment on his post and like his posts just because he was friends with Mo. And like it was never flirty in any way. Like I just was being like friendly, and like he would be friendly to me, but like we never engaged that much. I just like kind of knew him as like, oh, this is Mo's friend. So I don't know the exact timeline of when this happened, but the your account or like Robert's main account got deleted, or it's gone. Like it's not there anymore. We don't know what happened to it, but it's just not existent anymore. So if you search up the @your, you'll get like old photos of this guy, but like there is no account anymore with this username. So why Mo was friends with Robert, and like also why I kind of knew Robert, we knew that like he had this Instagram, your, like his main account that was like verified, and then he also had a spam or like a second account. It wasn't even a spam, it was like public. He just had a second account with the @79V. I don't know why those were his usernames, but they just like were. And so we knew for a fact that Robert had 2 accounts. So he had your and he had 79V. So Mo and I followed both of these accounts, but like as you guys know, I left YouTube for like 2 years. If you don't know why, you can go check out my psycho stalker story as to why I left for like 2 years. So I wasn't using like social media on like a content creator basis. Like I was using my like Instagram and stuff for like personal use. So like I really didn't keep in contact with Robert. I like I really didn't know him that well anyway. I just kind of knew him as Mo's friend then, but I did know that Mo kept in contact with Robert through his 79V account primarily, because it like was just a smaller account. So yeah, I didn't talk to him, but I know for a fact that Mo was talking to this dude for like 2 years. So Mo called me like 2 weeks ago, like late as fuck at night. Like it was super late, and he was like, dude, do you remember like Robert, like he had the Instagram account like at your like sent me his photo. He was like, you totally remember this guy? And I was like, yes, I remember this guy. Like, what about him? So Mo told me that he got bored and decided to reach back out to Robert through his like 79V Instagram account, and he was like, I hadn't talked to him for so long, so I just like wanted to talk to him again. Like I've always thought he was cute, so like I just wanted to like start up conversation again because it had been like a couple months, and so we started talking again. And so I guess Robert was like, oh, like you should add me on Snapchat. And so Robert, through his 79V account, gave Mo his Snapchat. And so Mo added his Snapchat and started talking to him through Snapchat. And he immediately looked at the Snapchat and was like, this Snapchat only has like a score of 65. And he was like, that's really odd because like Robert had been on the internet for so long. Like why would your Snapchat have like such a low score? Like you've obviously had social media for a really long time. So it just like, it was fishy. It was fishy. Mo also told me that like him and Robert were having kind of like a flirty conversation. It was starting to turn kind of like explicit and like sexual. Like Robert kept asking him like sexual questions, and like Mo was fine with that, but Mo was like, something feels really odd here because like this dude only has a snap score of 65 and like he hasn't sent me a picture of his face. Like what if I'm not talking to who I think I'm talking to? And initially I was like, it's probably not as weird as you think it is. Like, yeah, it's kind of odd that like he has a snap score of 65, but like he sent you this username through his 79V account, and like we were like, this is totally his account. We've always thought that this was one of his accounts. Like there was no reason for us to like doubt it. So we were like, nah, like it's probably him. Like he probably just made it in Snapchat. I don't know. It was fishy. It was really fishy to him, but like initially to me, I was like, no, like it's fine. Like it's probably just a weird thing. But Mo was just like, no, something is off here. I'm not like having this kind of a conversation with somebody unless like I actually know who I'm talking to, because like this Snapchat account was like asking for pictures and like obviously was trying to have like a very like adult conversation. And so Mo was like, I'm not having this conversation with this person unless like they verify their identity to me. So he asked Robert, this Snapchat account, to send him a picture or a video just so like Mo knew who he was talking to. So Mo then told me that he got like a video back, and the video was like super fucking bad quality. And Mo was like, he explained it to me like it was like somebody had sent him a video that was like saved, and like they had a jailbroken phone and they sent it to them through Snapchat, but like it wasn't them. Like they were like uploading it through like a third-party app or something, you know, like when people have jailbroken iPhones and do that kind of shit. So he said it was super shady. It was like super crusty quality, and he was like, I don't believe this. Like I don't actually think this. And also like he said that Robert took a really long time to send this video. So it was like he was like going through a second app to like do this. It was not like just like a quick little video kind of thing. He was like, something, I believed him now at this point, like something felt off. So Mo asked Robert to send him a picture of him holding 2 fingers up, and when Mo kept pushing that like he didn't believe that it was actually him, like Robert got very defensive and was like why don't you believe it's me, like kind of thing. Like it just got very defensive, and Mo was like, what the fuck? Like, oh, and also Mo sent me like a screenshot of this person's like Snapchat username, so I could like see the username, and I also could see that like the snap score was like 65 and like super low. So when you like screenshot that, like it like notifies the other person. And so when Mo screenshotted it and sent it to me, and it like notified Robert that like he had screenshotted his username, he got super fucking mad and was like, why did you screenshot my stuff? Like it was just getting weirder and weirder. I finally agreed that something was really weird going on here. I was like, okay, I don't believe it now. I don't think this is the person you're talking to, but like we need to figure out who the fuck you're talking to. And also the fact that like it just felt so odd because we had talked to this person for like 2 years. Like we knew that this Instagram account was his, we think. I'm gonna get into conspiracies, but like, so I knew that Robert had a Twitter account, or at least I remembered him having a Twitter account, because when he had his like @your account, I like distinctly remember him him having his Twitter like in his bio. So I went on Twitter and I went to go try to find this Twitter account to see if there was any information on it. And so I searched it up and I found a Robert Alcorta Twitter account, and it had been made in like 2016 and it also had like 15,000 followers. So I just like assumed that this was like him. I also knew he had a Twitter, so I was like, okay, this is definitely his account. It also looked real, like it looked like a real person's account, and like he was like tweeting at real people and like they were replying, and like it was too elaborate to be fake, you know? So I was like, okay, this is definitely his Twitter, right? And in the bio of Robert's like real Twitter, it had a Snapchat account, and this Snapchat username was not the username that Mo was talking to. So that right there, I was like, okay, what the fuck is going on? So immediately I tell Mo, and I'm like, you need to go look at Robert's Twitter, like, because his bio has a Snapchat username in it and it is not the Snapchat that you are talking to. So that kind of makes sense why the snap score is 65. So Mo gets really freaked out and like really upset, and so he just blocks the Snapchat account immediately. And like I felt really bad because I was like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? And so I DM the Instagram account 79V and I'm like, hello? Okay, so the reason that I got really upset was like, not only was something really fishy going on, but the fact that like we had been talking to like this 79V account and Robert, we thought we were talking to Robert for like 2 years, especially Mo. So we were like, were we ever talking to Robert? Like, who are we talking to now? Like, is this actually him? Like, is this a joke? Like, and then my mind started wandering and I was like, what if this is somebody that has his account now and is like a predator and is like talking to a lot of like teenage boys, like trying to get like explicit stuff out of them. So I was like, this could be a lot worse than like we thought it possibly could be, you know? Like this may not just be like a typical catfish, like this could be some like predator shit, because like, I don't know. It felt very, very odd. So I messaged the 79V account and I'm like, yo, what's good? And he looked at it and he did not reply. Like immediately, he just looked at it and didn't reply. Oh, also, this is really important. When I was DMing this account, like our whole conversation, I like don't have any screenshots. I have a couple screenshots, but like I don't have most of them because when I was talking to him, he would like immediately unsend the messages, or like we would have like a back-to-back conversation and then every like 5 minutes he would just like delete everything that he would say. So like he was obviously trying to leave no trail for some reason, but like, yeah, so that whole conversation that I have is just like gone. I have a couple screenshots, but like he would delete everything that he sent to me. And it would either be immediate or it would be like 10 minutes later. So after this 79V account like read my message and didn't reply, I told Mo to unblock the Snapchat because I was like, I want to figure out what's going on, so you should just unblock the Snapchat that you were talking to him from and like see what's going on. So Mo unblocked the Snapchat and then immediately got messages from Robert, and they were like super threatening. They were like, you don't know who you're messing with, like you have no idea how smart I actually am, like super threatening messages. And then also while he was like sending these threatening messages to Mo got a couple, like not a couple, he got a shit ton of like notifications that were like, this message is no longer available to like the sender. You know that like notification when somebody like unsends a message in like a direct message on Instagram, they like notify you but they don't tell you the user of who is like deleting their messages that they sent to you. I think they need to tell you, but like, so as soon as Mo was like getting all these threatening messages, he was getting a bunch of notifications that like somebody was deleting all of their DMs with him. So obviously he goes to his DMs with Robert and all of their conversation is just disappearing. Like all of a sudden he just decides to literally delete 2 years worth of a conversation between him and Mo. Like just gone out of the blue. 2 years of conversation just like back to back. He was just unsending all of it to make it look like he never talked to Mo. So that's when shit was getting, it was already fishy before, but like we were like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm getting really mad too, because then Robert DMs Mo and is like, just so you know, like if Brooke even thinks of making a YouTube video about this, like I will bury you in a lawsuit like bigger than your college tuition fund. Like some huge ass threat. And I had never said I was making a video about this. All I had messaged him was like, yo, what's good? And like he saw it and freaked out and like did not like that, and then like decided to threaten Mo because of it and was like, if you think of making, if like your friend even thinks of making a YouTube video about this, like have fun with the fucking lawsuits, like something ridiculous. And Mo was like, why the fuck would he even say that? Did you say something about making a video? I was like, I didn't say anything about that. Like I don't know. I think he's just worried that I'm gonna do that. So I do some more like online digging because obviously I want fucking answers as to what's going on. So I do some more online digging through obviously his Twitter account because that's the only account that I think is real. I still think that his account is real. Like that's definitely Robert. I've spoken to him through that account. So like, and like it's like I told you, it talks to like other real people. Like it looks like a real account. You can go look at it. It's so, like it is his Twitter. So I'm gonna read it. I found this old tweet and it says, Instagram is wildin', LMAO, I don't fuck with them / it at all anymore. No managers, no Insta people, no fans. I put / left everything in the trash. I don't have an Instagram. And this was a tweet from 2019. So at this point I'm like, okay, whoever we're talking to is not who we're talking to because this person like has tweeted that they don't have an Instagram account and this tweet is from a fucking year ago. So I don't know who we're talking to. Okay, so like I said, I do not have all of the screenshots from this conversation because he would constantly delete them, but I do have a screenshot from like the very first message that he sent me. And so when he finally replied to me from his 79V account, he said, Brooke baby, keep making YouTube videos, keep setting goals and achieving them, keep minding your business and focusing on your success, girl. You are a beautiful girl. You seem like a smart girl, smart enough to know that if I wanted to paint a meticulous narrative of a catfish situation, I'll delineate it. I think that's what you say. I'll delineate it in a flawless way. Smart enough, you see, I'm definitely not as smart as you think I am. Smart enough to know that if there was an actual catfish behind my account or accounts, then they wouldn't have made it successful and high profile. Smart enough too that no catfish would have made it this far under constant speculation. What are the facts? I have gone on Instagram live on both accounts several times. I was verified. I video chatted and met up with a lot of friends online. What changed? What ignited? And then I don't have the rest of the screenshot. So I want to remind you that this is coming from an Instagram account with 35,000 Instagram followers. And like it is known that this account at 79V is the backup to the @your account, like a verified account. And I'm pretty sure you can only get verified on Instagram if you give them like identity documentation. So they like know, you know? And this your account, I remember had like 400,000 followers. Like this was a big account. But I guess, so Mo, because he ran a meme account, he reached out to a couple other meme accounts who also knew this your guy at the time, like 2 years ago, and kind of told them what was going on. And like other people had way different opinions. So you guys probably know like the 3.14, like the meme account on Instagram. They have like 5 million followers, this one. So this Pi Instagram guy, he explained that he thought that people were paying the real Robert Alcorta to go live on this account and like supply them with photographs, but this @your account and this @79V account was never ran by the actual real Robert Alcorta to make it seem real and like also get it verified. So that was his conspiracy theory. So you're probably just as confused as I am. Mo and I were so fucking confused. We were like, what is going on? Why did we never like hear of this? Like, why is this all just like unraveling now? I just kept searching Twitter to try to find anything on this because obviously we were dumb as rocks. I just feel like we were so behind. Like other people were like, yeah, we've always thought this dude was a catfish. Like, so I found another tweet of him saying, I don't have Tinder, I don't have Instagram, and I don't fuck with dating apps. So if any people are claiming to be me, it's not me. Be careful and meet in public areas or take a friend. So and this was from August a year ago. So this person, like real Robert, is literally warning people like that he doesn't have these accounts, like, and be careful. So we also find another tweet from back in October of 2018, and it's just some random girl and she's replying to one of Robert's tweets, and it says, is it true that your was hacked and 79V is fake on Instagram? And then there's 2 pictures attached, and the first picture says, I'm not yours, someone is running my account. They are all catfishes. I'm not gay. I don't listen to Nick, and I don't do anything they're saying to y'all. They took what I've gained for themselves, and I'm sorry to those who were lied to. And then the other picture says, @79V is also a catfish. So Mo and I are like, we fucking got him. There's a picture that like says like basically this shit is fake from his real Twitter account. Like this shit is not real. Like we're talking to a catfish. Like we thought we solved all of this. We were like, we cracked the code, you know? So Mo and I think that this dude Robert has been hacked on Instagram on both of his accounts. The main verified one, when it got hacked, like just disappeared, but they also have a hold his second account @79V, and like the hackers are running this account, so, and pretending to be him. So we think we've cracked the code. Then that would be way too easy, right? Way too fucking easy. So yeah, that would be way too easy. Also, not to mention, his face is not in these photos of him saying that they're not him, which is odd. If you were like trying to actively be like, those accounts are fake, you think you would put your face into them, right? Right. So that was odd that I think that like these two photos of them being like, these accounts are catfish. Every single person that I've seen that is a celebrity that has been like, these accounts aren't real, these are my only accounts, like they verbally say it with like their face, like they take an image of themselves, like why would you take a fucking picture of your fucking foot? You know, like that was weird, but also like me and Mo were like, nah, this is true, like we believe this. We then see a reply on this tweet from a different user and it says, those are his accounts, his manager runs them, but Rob is secretly gay and he lives with his girlfriend because his parents kicked him out because someone outed him and he led a bunch of guys on Instagram and there's receipts. So now Mo and I are confused even more because we're like, what is this even fucking talking about? So we don't know what's going on now. And then Real Robert, like he replies on Twitter and he says, who comes up with this? And then the same user replies, they say, hey, I'm just saying what I've been told and pics I've seen. But like Mo and I searched for these like pics I've seen, like for anything relating to this like Robert being gay, like this cover up story, and like we can't find anything. Like this is literally the only thing that we can fucking find. So we're like, what pictures are they referring to? Can't find anything. But Real Robert replies to this and he goes, LMAO, his name is Gerald. He's the person I collab with on Insta. He's taken total control and he's gay. He's using my face to gain clout and he's using gay stands for their followers. He also tries to say that I'm gay, LMFAO, I would never, just saying. So now Mo and I are like, okay, Robert's manager has taken over these accounts and the main account disappeared for some reason and his manager is using the second account to catfish boys under Robert's like face, you know? And we also think that like possibly some of the followers on this account are just like fake. Like why would there still be so many followers on this account? So this is what Mo and I think at this point. Yes, at this point we do not think that like Robert actually has an Instagram account anymore and we think it is this person Gerald running this Instagram account like catfishing boys. So I hope this fucking makes sense. I hope you guys are following because that would fucking suck if this just made no sense. But yes, that is what we think is going on now. So then I DM the 79V account back and I say, dude, it's not that hard to buy followers. The snap in the actual dude's Twitter is not the actual one you use and the actual person has tweeted multiple times that they don't have an Instagram anymore. And so then the @79V account replies with like a shit ton of questions. Like this is like something to help you understand with context. So the entire time that I was like talking to this person, whoever this was, they would either bombard me with like super vague questions or they would like send me like a fucking paragraph. Like they would they would Instagram DM me in a very like odd way. They were questions that were almost like trying to like lead me to figure out what was going on. Like he was like, was that a coincidence? Is it really that black and white? Basically any facts that I would be like, oh, you're definitely a catfish. He would be like, but are you sure? Like, are you really sure? Like, is it really that easy to figure out? Like questioning what I'm saying, which made me question what I was saying, but I was like, maybe he's right. Like, is it really that easy? Like, did I really just figure it out or did I just get led to like what he wants me to believe, you know? It was a mind fuck, dude. I was like, do I believe what I think or like is this something completely else going on here? Like I decided just to reply to him and I go, okay, Gerald, because of that like one tweet where he was like, it's my manager Gerald that runs this account. So he does the thing again where he just like makes me question what I have just said and like make me question like what I believe, and he was like, is it really that simple? Like, did you really just figure it out? And like I was like, did I actually just figure it out, or like is this what he wants me to believe? Like what is going on? And then also he kept on sending me a bunch of warning messages being like, this conversation isn't intended for Instagram user like Brooke Sabey only. Like any publishing of this conversation like publicly will result in like legal action, like some super like scary threatening message after literally fucking everything he would send. Like after a couple messages he'd be like, this is like a legal warning. And I was like, dude, fucking stop sending this. Like I'm trying to get to the bottom of this and you're ruining my mood with legal threats. So but like yeah, that was also really odd. After like every single thing he would send, he would delete everything, like unsend it all, and then like send this legal message and then like delete that too. Fishy shit. So after he was like, do you really think you have it figured out? He sent me a hypothetical scenario. Hypothetical. and he barely let it like sit there for a little bit. Like he basically let me have the time to read it, and then as soon as I started typing, he like immediately got rid of it, like to verify that like I had read it. But like he barely let that message sit there kind of thing. So he basically said, he was like, I wish I fucking had this. I like really wish I fucking had the screenshot, but like he really did not want me to have the screenshot. So you're gonna want to pay attention to this one because this hypothetical thing took me a little bit to understand. But so basically he said, take this scenario, a boy on Instagram such as Ethan Dolan, for example. Ethan Dolan has a lot of followers and a lot of exposure. Let's say his account gets hacked and the hacker exposes that he's gay because of private direct messages with people. So Ethan Dolan gets his account back and says that the hacker faked those DMs. Fast forward, he gets hacked again and the hacker does the exact same thing and exposes his private messages of him talking to guys again. So instead of using the exact same lie, which nobody's going to believe that they're fake, he tells everyone that his main account got hacked and deleted. The hackers got a hold of his second account and he is no longer on Instagram. When in reality, he deleted his main account and he uses his second account to talk to guys still because he's so fearful of getting exposed to his family and friends for being gay, and uses this bullshit story that his manager runs these accounts, but in fact there is no manager. And I was like, so Mo and I were like, what the fuck is going on? Like he basically just sent me this hypothetical scenario that just like fed me the answer. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, no. And then he sends me that whole like, this is a private message only meant for Brooke Sabey, yeah, whatever, bleh. So we're super fucking confused at this point. I'm like, I don't know what to fucking believe. There's like two theories, there's three theories, but like then after he sends that message, he also says to me, he goes, do you even have proof that Gerald even exists? Like Gerald, I could have easily just said that Gerald was Brooke, and there's just as much proof that it's you as it is him. Like basically like I just said a name and there is no Gerald. And I was like, damn, that fucking makes sense. Like shit, I was like, is that actually what's going on? So again, like he's essentially literally feeding me this story that like this whole like hacked story is just a complete like elaborate ass cover up to this person actually being closeted. And so I was like, shit, now I feel bad. Because I don't, like we're not sure that this is what's going on, but also like if this is what's going on, like now I feel bad. So then he sends me a couple more DMs and he says, I'm not worried about being exposed as a catfish. I don't care. I'm worth a lot of money in the humblest way possible. I'm concerned about something else. If you were to look deeper, you would find it. Do the research. So this is where Mo and I come up with our three theories as to what the fuck is going on. Either Robert got hacked at some point, like he's saying on Twitter, and his manager is running these accounts pretending he's gay to catfish other boys and chat with them like explicitly. Or Robert was never ever hacked and this is just some elaborate ass cover up story like the one tweet was talking about, and this account is trying to get me to believe, and that he deleted his main account and keeps his second account saying it's been hacked, when in reality he uses it to talk to other boys because he's secretly closeted and doesn't want people in his personal life to find out. Or Robert literally never had control of these accounts and whoever has control of these accounts is paying the real person to go live and use it to essentially like make it seem real, and whoever's using this account is just catfishing people with this image and the main account is just gone for some reason. But like Robert never had control of these accounts ever. So those are the three theories. I know you're like, I told you this video was fucking crazy. I told you this video was fucking crazy. I know, I literally feel like this fucking meme. You know this meme where it's like, I'm gonna just put it in. I feel like that. Thought I was going crazy. I was like, I cannot tell you. There are three theories and like every single one of them literally makes sense and I don't know which one it is. But like I was afraid to talk about this because I was like, if it is the second theory, I would never ever ever want to out somebody's sexuality. So I will get into that. I'm not doing that. I promise you it's not that theory. I promise you it's not that fucking theory. Even though it seems like it right now, it's not that one. It's not that one. So at this point, me and Mo totally believed the second story. We were like, dude, this is just like an elaborate ass cover-up story. Like this is what's going on. And so I said, you're worried about somebody outing you for being gay. I'm aware, but if this is true, why is it so difficult to prove the identity to the person you're speaking to? Because even if the second theory was true, like Mo and I were like, there's no reason why he can't like give his identity to you, right? Like Mo and Robert had been talking for like 2 years. Like Mo and the 79V account have been talking for 2 years. That like there was no, like this was not like this was a new person that he didn't trust. Like this had been like a long time friend slash person that Robert had spoken to. And if he actually was closeted and like was fearful of getting out, like I totally understand that. But Mo and I both agreed that it made no sense why he couldn't at least just like verify his identity to Mo so that like they could continue their conversation. Like, because Mo wasn't going to just like start having a conversation like explicitly and like send pictures to like somebody if they didn't know who was actually behind the account, and it was already fishy because this account has like 65 as their snap score. So that was the part that just did not make any sense. It wasn't adding up. Like, even if you are afraid of being outed for being gay, like you should be able to just at least verify it to somebody that you've talked to for like 2 years. You know, that one, it just didn't make any sense. So after I asked that question, that kind of shut him down, and he was basically just sent me another one of the fucking like legal statements. And then he said like, I don't know what to think about all of this. I'll just speak with you tomorrow. Like, granted, it was super fucking late, but after I said that question, like he kind of was just like, I'm just gonna go to bed. Like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. He said, I don't know what to think about this. I don't have a screenshot of this one, but like I remember him saying that. But I also remember him saying like he'll talk to me tomorrow. And then he deleted every single message that he had sent to me, and so every single message was gone then, and it looked like we never talked to each other. So it does not stop there. It keeps going. So the next morning I wake up and I go and check Instagram, and I look and I see that this 79B account has blocked me, and they've also blocked Mo. So we're both blocked. Even though he said I'll talk to you tomorrow, I'm blocked, Mo's blocked. So I was like, okay, fuck. I want to get to the bottom of this. It does not end here. It does not end here. So I decide I'm just gonna DM the real Robert Alcorta on Twitter and see what he has to say about this, because I want to see if shit adds up. So I DM him and I said, so you're gonna block me like that? And Robert replied and he said, what I block you on? And I replied and I said, Instagram, your 79B account. We spoke all last night. And I remember I sent this and he read it and he did not reply for like half an hour. So I don't know if that's fishy, but to me it was fishy. I was like, what the fuck? So then I messaged him again and I was like, so it wasn't you? Question mark, question mark. And then he replied and he was like, no, with a bunch of laughing emojis, and he said, that shit fake as fuck. I said, for real? Why haven't you tried to take this down? Because somebody is pretending to be you with 33,000 followers. He said, bro, I know that shit's stupid as fuck. Why'd you get blocked? I said, dude, holy fuck, I spent like 3 hours arguing with this person that they were a catfish, and he said, appreciate you. So a couple more details. So Mo and I were super confused at this point because like I asked him, why haven't you tried to get this account taken down? Because like if anyone had an account on Instagram of me with 33,000 followers and I wasn't running this, and like everyone thought it was me, like I would be fucking trying so hard with Instagram and like reporting the account and telling everyone to report the account to like get it taken down. Like I don't know who just lets an account like this like sit up on Instagram being like, yep, there's an account catfishing 33,000 people with my face and I ain't gonna do shit. You know, that doesn't make any fucking sense. So Mo and I were like, no, that don't make any sense. But like I also believed him a little bit. I just think that he just like didn't really want to talk that much. I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. So we didn't know. Either like I was like, maybe he just didn't want to answer the question, like doesn't care that much. Maybe he legit doesn't care. Maybe I just care too much. Maybe he doesn't care. But we just thought it was kind of odd that he just didn't answer that question. But he did say it was fake, so I was like, we caught him. Because this account is real. We totally knew this Twitter account. I am 99% sure that the real Robert runs this account. It's a real account. Like, this is Robert. This is the only real verified account I know of this person. So I wanted to test to see, like, I wasn't actually gonna do this, but I wanted to test if I had told him, like, oh, I'm gonna, like, contact MTV Catfish about this, like, if he would freak out. Because obviously, if it was the second theory where he was closeted, he does not want this to be on fucking TV. He wants this to just stay alone, like just get me to go away. And so if I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to TV with this, and he was like, haha, maybe don't do that, I don't really want that, I would have been like, okay, never mind, and I probably would have just backed off and like thought it was the second theory. So I said, I'm gonna go to MTV Catfish with this, and he says, you should, no cap, real talk, question mark, question mark. I said, yeah, my friend has been talking to this account for 2 years, saying it's you, but it's your account to keep you closeted. And he said, what the fuck, hell nah, they lying hard as fuck. And I said, that's insane. So my like phishing idea to like see if that would get him to be like, no, don't do that, Didn't work. He did not care. So then we were back to being like, I don't know what's going on. I have no clue what's going on. So then I wanted to talk to the 79B account again. So I got onto my second Instagram and I DM'd him and I was like, hey, like, what's up? Why'd you block me? Like, I thought you said we were talking tomorrow. So at this point, I definitely just thought that this person was a catfish because like we're pretty sure that this Robert's Twitter is like 100% real, and like he just like was super confused like what was going on. He said no, that account is fake as fuck. Like didn't really care when I said the MTV catfish thing, so I was like, this 79B shit is cap. It's not real. Like, so I just wanted to kind of get to the bottom of this. Me and Mo definitely thought that this potentially could just be some like creepy ass motherfucker who was like being a predator towards teenage boys and young boys, trying to get like pictures and stuff of them, because like when Mo told me what happened, like there wasn't any like kind of easing into the conversation. He said when he added that Snapchat account, he was like asking super explicit questions like right off the bat and was like asking for pictures right off the bat. Like it wasn't like, hey, like how was your day? It was like a very TMI question. So, and Mo was like, okay, like let me like know who you are first before I answer that, like let me see. So also Mo went to go check to see like who exactly this like 79B account was following, and he saw that like all of the accounts that it was following were like teenage boys. So either Robert Alcorta is only friends with teenage boys, or this is some creepy ass motherfucker who is literally like being a predator to all these guys that he's following, you know? I don't know. But we thought it was really odd that he was only following like teenage boys. Like that's like all he was following. So the 79B account finally replied to me from my second account, and he was like, add me on Snapchat, and gave me a Snapchat username. So I go to my Snapchat and I see that he's like already added me because my Snapchat was in my Instagram bio at the time, and like the name says Robert Alcorta, but the username is not a username that is either from the real Robert Alcorta's Twitter, and it is not the username that Mo was talking to. So this is a third Snapchat username. A third fucking Snapchat username, and the Snapchat score on this account is 0. They literally made this account to talk to me, and I was like, shit, bitch, this is getting so fucking weird. Like, dude, this isn't even the weirdest part yet. I'm like, if you're weirded out, sis, this is about to get so weird. Okay, so I added him back on Snapchat and we just started like talking through this account, and I basically told him that like I don't believe your elaborate lie anymore. Like this whole elaborate lie that you have, like don't buy it. I think it's bullshit. It was smart. I think whoever is doing this is fucking a genius, but like I was like, I don't buy it. I was like, I cracked the code. I talked to the real Robert today over Twitter. He said it's bullshit. I told him I was going to MTV Catfish. He was cool with it. Like the gig is up, ho. Like you're not who you say you are. And they just wouldn't drop it. They were like, nope, I'm not a catfish. Like, and I was like, yes you fucking are, bitch. Yes you are. You are a catfish. Also, I only have one screenshot from like the Snapchat conversation because like I was afraid that if I screenshotted anything like of our conversation on Snapchat, like, you know, it automatically alerts them, and he would have gotten freaked out and then he would have immediately stopped talking to me. So I didn't want to do that because I wanted to keep trying to talk to him. So I don't have any screenshots, but I remember what happened. When I was like, I don't believe your lie anymore, he said, obviously to keep everything straight, I have to keep up this idea that this account isn't run by me, so why would I just give myself away? Like basically saying that like, yeah, no shit, like that Twitter Robert like said that account was fake because that's part of like this whole elaborate lie. So I was like, yes, but I don't buy it. I didn't fucking buy it. I was like, no. I basically just kept telling him I don't believe it. I was like, you're a catfish, just give it up. I just want to know who's behind this. Like, tell me the truth. Like, what is going on? So I tried to like call the Snapchat account like multiple times to just like try to like talk to the person, and like it would ring and then they would decline it. I also told them that like, even if he is a catfish, I was like, whether you're Robert or a catfish, either one, I just want to know the truth and I'll leave you alone after this. And they replied, not yet. So then, this is where it gets fucking really scary. So he starts asking me, he goes, so are you in Seattle? And I was like, why are you asking me like where I am? He like kept asking. I said why. He was like, just answer the question, like, are you in Seattle? I was like, hell no, I'm not in Seattle. Like, even though I was like, I'm not telling this motherfucker where I am. Like, I don't know why he's asking this. So I just said no. And he was like, where are you? So I just like made up a lie. I was like, oh, I'm at like here. So then he asked and he goes, is Mo in Texas? And I was like, yeah, like why? Because that's where Mo lives, in Texas. And I was like, it's Corona, bitch, we're all at our house, like where do you think we are? So after this account asked if Mo was in Texas, and I said yeah, he sent me his location, and I was like, why is this person sending me their location? So I accepted it. I did not send them mine. I just like accepted it so I could just see theirs. So I accept it, and then they send me a message and they were like, does Mo recognize where I'm at? So I like screenshot like where his location is, and I like sent it to Mo, and I'm like, dude, like he's in the city in Texas that you live in. Like, do you know like where in relation this is to you? So Mo looks at it. Mo looks at it and he goes, that location is my house. So this person, yeah dude, like literally like my skin, I want to like rip it off. Like dude, I don't care how like cheese this may sound to some of you, but in the moment when he was like, does Mo know where I am, and he sent his location, and I saw it was the same city that Mo lives in, and I was like, how close is this to you? And Mo looked at me and he goes, that is where I live. I was like, I still see your shadow. I thought he was fucking with me. I thought Mo was fucking at this point. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And he was like, yes, it is, dude. He was like, that's where I fucking live. So this person sends me the location, and he's literally at Mo's house. And so Mo literally freaks out. He was like, stop talking to this account. Fucking stop talking to this account. And like, goes and locks his door. And he was like, I don't know what is going on, what this person wants. Like, let's just stop and like never talk to this person again. And so once Mo like calms down, I'm like, okay, look, like he definitely probably has a jailbroken iPhone. We've established this. His phone is jailbroken, iPhone, Android, whatever, it's jailbroken. And he definitely just like faked his location to be where you live. He's not actually at your fucking house. But the scary part is that like he had obviously Mo's like address, like knew where Mo lived, and put his location there to scare us. And we don't know who we're talking to still. Like, yeah, you know what's going on. Like, we don't know who this person is. We don't know who has Mo's address and why they're doing this and what is going on. But like, yeah, me and Mo were like, this is no longer funny. We're just gonna stop. Like, I don't want to know anymore. I do want to know. I do really want to know. But like, we're just gonna stop provoking this person, you know? So then this account sends me another message, and they're like, so does Mo know where I am? And I was like, yep. And just, so basically that is the last time that I've heard from this person and spoken to this person. Anything that I know about this, yeah, it ended like that. And then, okay, so there's a couple more details that I just like want to put in. So Mo and I did a little bit more thinking because we're both really confused, and we think that whoever this is has an Android. How poor the quality was, and also it's just like more common for Androids to be jailbroken. I don't know why I know that, but like Mo even asked at one point and was like, do you have an Android? And the person replied, they said, no, I have an iPhone 6. So when we fact check this, there are actually pictures of Robert with like a mirror selfie, and he is holding an iPhone 6.
Okay, so I don't know why Mo and I thought that Robert had an iPhone 6, because when I just went back to look now and I looked at his recent Twitter pictures, he just does not have an iPhone 6. I don't know why we thought it was an iPhone 6, but like now that I've looked closer at it, you can totally see that that is not an iPhone 6. So whoever we were talking to said that they had that phone, but that is not what Robert has.
When he was talking to me a lot over Instagram, like he's never sent me an emoji ever. And like when you go to his Twitter and like his pictures that he has, like, and like his name on Twitter, like he uses a lot of emojis between like the DMs, his tweets, like his pictures, like he uses emojis a lot, and they're iPhone emojis. So if like Android, iPhone, that just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you know? So we think he has an Android. So yeah, obviously like Mo and I could never get to like the bottom of like what's going on here. So if you want to go try to figure out what's going on, because I truthfully think this is somebody catfishing. I would not be making this story if I thought that this was somebody just trying to keep closeted with some like elaborate story. Like personally, I really think that this is some like creepy ass, predator ass person behind this account. And they're like catfishing like 30,000 people. So that's my theory. That's what I think is going on. I don't know the whole theory about like Robert never had a hold of this account. I really hope he did at one point, but like I also addressed this in the beginning, and like I just want to say I would never ever out anyone's sexuality if I thought that that was the case with this story. I messaged Robert on Twitter and I basically asked him if it would be like okay to make a video about this, like kind of giving him one more chance to be like, I don't want to be a part of that, like please don't. And he basically said go for it. So I would never make this video if I thought it was the possibility that I was outing somebody's sexuality, and I just want to keep putting that out there because I don't want anyone to fucking come for my neck thinking that I am doing something really wrong here. I think this is somebody catfishing to like an extreme level. So that is the I almost forgot. So like a couple days after this happened, the Instagram username changed from @79V to @KissHotBoys. I do not know why. I have no fucking clue why it changed, why it is that username. I do not know. But if you go and search up the @username 79V, it is no longer there. It's @KissHotBoys. So this is the account that is catfishing people, I believe, and it's still up, it's still active, it's still doing its catfishing. That is the end of the story. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you are new here, make sure to click the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you get notified every single time that I make new videos. But I think that is it for this video, so I will see you guys next time.